haircut. Hello friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My channel is all about balcony gardening with succulents and cacti and houseplants, which is mostly what I'm going to talk to you about today. Okay, so if that's something that interests you, please do hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. I finally went out and did some shopping at Lowe's. You'll probably have, hopefully you have seen that video. If not, I'll link it down below. And it felt good to get out. But I also made a quick trip to Home Depot later on in the week, and I've got my things here that I purchased, my plants that I purchased. And the funny thing is, I went to get perlite and some other things, supplies, and no perlite, but I got lots of plants. So stay tuned. So as I mentioned, yeah, I went to go get some perlite. I found the orchid bark and twine that I needed, some twine that I needed for some moss poles, but both Lowe's and Home Depot were sold out of perlite. Can you believe it? So I ended up ordering it online through Amazon, and it'll be here tomorrow. But it's just funny the things that they run out of in stores. But while I was there at Home Depot, rather Lowe's, let's do Lowe's first, I found two plants that are on my wish list. One is on my wish list for houseplants and one on my wish list for succulents, okay? So let's do the houseplant one first. Look at this guy. This is a Monstera adansonii that I found at Lowe's for, you can see it there, $14.98. And I didn't realize that I had passed up a couple, you know, in looking through the department. I passed by a couple. I didn't realize that until I watched the video. But then I came across a couple more, and this was the best one of the two. It is a pot that has like drainage down at the bottom, but I am going to repot this into something else because it's set way too deep, one, and I really don't like the soil that it's in. So I am going to be repotting this soon. I am going to be putting together my mix of soil that I do myself. If you don't know what that is, I will leave a link up here to what I use to create my own soil mix for my tropical plants. Okay, so it's in good condition. I cleaned it up a little bit because it had a few leaves that had some brown spots on it, but look, it's already got this nice trail here with some nice aerial roots. So for being neglected there at Lowe's, I think it's in really good condition. For $14.98, I couldn't believe it. You know, good things come to those who wait. I am, you know, I want the trending plants just as much as everybody else, but I am on a very, very strict budget, and I just can't afford those expensive plants or those high prices. So I wait, and I wait, and I wait until, you know, the supply demand kind of evens out and the pricing comes down. And this is a beautiful plant at $14.98 that I may be the last one on earth to finally get this plant, but I have it now, and you know, she's going to be happy here. So I was thinking of, do I let her trail, or do I put her in a new moss pole that I'm going to be creating some moss poles and have her vine up? I haven't really decided yet, although while I was there I came across this hanging pot that has these chains in it that you hang this on. It doesn't have a hole in it, although I can feel underneath here, I can feel where there's an indentation where you can drill a hole in there and you know, let the water out. But you know, I can hang her up here in my window, which is maybe what I do for right now because I'm running out of space on the table and on the floor. So I may, when I repot her, put her in like a nursery pot that I can put in here, and let her just live in here and hang her right there. I love this pot anyways. This was $12.98, and they had different colors. You all know how I feel about teal. But they had different colors and like pinks, purples, oranges, things like that. And I thought it was really pretty. It's just a plastic, and then it comes with a chain that you can take off and, you know, put on the counter or hang it up. So that's maybe what I do for right now for her is repot her, put her in this, and hang her up. But be on the lookout on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram already, I'll put my handle right here. And when I do repot her and hang her up, that will probably be the first place that I put the pictures of how she's doing. Okay? So I was so happy to find that Wishlist plant and another one off my list. Now I went outside and started looking through the cacti and succulents area, and I was kind of being a little picky as to what I was going to get out there, because although I have space out on my balcony for new plants, I wanted to get the right ones. Okay, so I found this bad boy. Look at that. There are 4 Euphorbia amic variegated stalks in here, and this is really heavy, and they're all in really good shape. Lots of new growth, lots of new little leaves, pink tinge on the top, which is an indicator of new growth. I will eventually separate this and maybe put 2 to a pot, have some inside and leave the other one outside. But this one with 4 stalks in it was $25. I figured 4 divided into 25, that's a good deal, because I have seen these plants go for much more individually in this same size. And so I was really pleased with the price, 1. And 2, I was surprised that they had it. They also had a Euphorbia chocolate drop, which is a green stalk with very dark spines on them and nodes on them, which I know is very popular, but I decided on this one because this one was the one that was on my wish list. I've been wanting it for a long time, so I'm really pleased with it. I'm going to leave it in this pot for a little while until I can find the right pots to repot this in. It's doing really well. It's not overwatered and it's not too dry, so it's in good condition, and it will be outside on my balcony for the time being until I can, you know, get the correct pots for it and do the division of it. So I was really happy with that. I thought that was a great deal. So there you go. Okay. Next, later on in the week, I went to Home Depot, and again, looking for perlite. They had no perlite. But, you know, obviously I'm there. I'm going to look at plants and stuff. One thing I do want to note is that with both of these places, I did wear masks when I went in, and both of these stores do have the 6-foot distancing rule. So, you know, customers were following that, although, you know, as I said before, not everybody had masks on, okay? So, but they were following the distancing rule, which is good. I was outside and I decided to get a couple of annuals, because I have a couple of projects I want to do. This little red annual here is a red apple. Succulent. I'll put the full name on here. And I've had this before. It's like a succulent type of plant, but it's mounding or trailing style of a plant, and it comes out with these beautiful little hot pink reddish flowers on it, and there's 6 little pockets in here, 6 little plants, and it was $3.98 for the 6, which I thought was really good. This I have an idea of, as I drop soil everywhere. I have a little bird cage, a decorative bird cage that I've had succulents in before in my balcony, and I took those out. We used the bird cage for Kristen's wedding. Now that's over, I am going to repot the cage with these, and I will be doing that video on IGTV. So again, if you're not subscribed to my Instagram, do so, because I do post little project videos on my IGTV, and I'm going to repot the bird cage with this in it and hang it in my balcony. So I think that's going to be real pretty. These grow nice and long. I've had these before, and they're real nice. They're real dependable. They take full sun and partial shade. So the other little annuals that I got, these are real popular here in Phoenix. These are called Vincas. I got some pink ones, and these are summer annuals here in Phoenix, and there's 6 little plants in here, and these were $2.98. They take full sun. I like these better than the summer petunias because you don't really have to deadhead these. They just fall off, and petunias to deadhead are so messy, unless you get like the super petunias or something. Anyways, so I have a project for this one too, of a little basket that is hanging on my bamboo divider out there, that I'm going to put these in to add some color to the balcony along with the birdcage project. I'm going to put these in a little hanging coco coir type basket, and I think they'll do well there. A little pop of pink in the balcony will be wonderful. So continuing, oh lordy, with the balcony, I need to fix this. This is a star jasmine vine. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. Even the room has this fragrance in it. I brought it inside for this filming, and you know, just the room is just, I've loved this plant. I used to have one when I had my home, and it's such a good plant to have in a place that gets morning sun, afternoon shade, and in an area that you're sit next to because of the fragrance. So I'm going to put this out on the balcony, and I am going to make a little trellis for it. I'm not going to leave it on this one pole. I'm going to repot it. I do have a terracotta pot already for it, and in some good soil. And I'm going to make a little trellis for it. I do have some bamboo sticks coming in the mail that I'm going to be using for the moss poles, but I'm going to also use them to make some type of little trellis for this thing, and maybe reuse this stick also and put it out in the balcony, and so it can grow up that trellis. But this is good here in Arizona for morning sun, afternoon shade. Really smells good. So the last one I picked up there was an indoor plant, and this is one that you probably think, I'm surprised you didn't have that one already. Well, you know, I used to, and I overwatered it, and I never got around to, some of these dead leaves out, I never got around to getting another one. But this is an arrowhead syngonium, the standard green one, and it's big. I mean, take a look at that pot in there. It's several plants, but they are like adhered together. I can see the roots already even coming out. They have it in a hanging basket, which I'm not going to keep it in this hanging basket. I'm going to keep it in, you know, as just a regular standing plant. I will repot it into something else eventually, but for right now, I'm going to leave it in this pot and probably just put it back here so I can keep an eye on it until it's acclimated. I can feel and see there's roots coming out the bottom, that this is probably a little bit root bound. So I will eventually repot this again when I find the right pot for it. And just take off some of these dead leaves. I hadn't had a chance because I got it last night. To take those out. But I love this. You know, it's the standard green one. It's probably one that most people have in their home, but the reason being, it's such a great little plant. And now that I've learned my lesson more of watering and not over watering, when I was a new plant person, a new plant mom, you know, I think that this one will do much better now. Okay, so that's Syngonium arrowhead plant. Okay. So there you have it, friends. Those are my my plant haul from Lowe's and Home Depot for this week. It felt really good to get out and do some shopping, I'll tell you. But, you know, I do want to give you a disclaimer. Follow your own state rules as far as, you know, if you're still on lockdown, what restrictions have been lifted here in Arizona. Retail stores are opening up, although Lowe's and Home Depot were already open. Not a whole lot of people are going in there. For plants, I certainly wasn't. So follow the rules and guidelines of your state, okay? Wear your mask, social distancing, and if you're still in lockdown, you know, online ordering. But for me personally, it felt good to get out. Probably the only thing holding me back right now, other than my bank account, is the heat from going back out, because, you know, it is getting warm here in Arizona. But I do have a couple of locations that I've been keeping an eye on that I am going to be visiting. Plant Stand of Arizona is one of them, because I know that they're going to be getting some Rhaphidophora tetrasperma in very soon, this week probably, at a very good price. So stay tuned for that, okay? Your girl's going to get another good deal, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, friends, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so very much, and I appreciate all of your support and comments and suggestions. That means a lot to me, really does. I mean, if you're not already subscribed, please do consider hitting that red bell, or that red button and the bell, and you won't miss any of my videos, okay? So till the next video, friends, stay safe. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.